everybody. Welcome to How I See It with Kevin Levrone, brought to you by Levrone Supplements, and starring, as always, the man himself, Hall of Fame legend, Kevin Levrone. Kevin, how are you, sir?
Doing good, Ron. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. You know, I was actually going back and looking at the earlier editions that we did of these, because this is number 19. And, you know, it's interesting to see the energy levels and, you know, all that change as the weeks went on as you started dieting. You know, for anyone who doesn't realize the impact that a contest prep can take on you, go back and watch like first 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes of this and compare them to the last couple. You'll see.
Wow.
These diets are rough. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
you know, people they do look at him and they're like, well, Kevin looks this, he looks that, but you guys got to realize that, you know, I think last night I was in the gym late, a 3-hour training session, you know, rack pulling 695 pounds for 12, 15 reps. I mean, it's pretty toxic on your body, and deadlifting and just, you know, 600 pounds and just a lot of weight.
yeah.
Benching 5, you know, just handling all that weight.
Well,
Just shut your body down, man. And
well, so you're dieting hard too. You're on a very strict diet. You're probably on all fish at this point, very low carbs. Any carbs at all? Or those
I'll be honest with you, Ron. My carbs aren't low. My metabolism is super fast from training.
Yeah.
So heavy that my body needs the carbs, so it's burning through the carbs. The struggle for me is just when I'm done training, you know, your body is just aching.
Yeah.
The aches from the muscles and the soreness and everything. And then your body doesn't want to sleep at night.
Right.
You know, it's hard for me to sleep at night. And so, you know, you just got to fall asleep when your body's ready to go to sleep. I try not to force my body to do anything. I just go through my workouts. If I put weight on it and I feel like something's not right, I'll take the weight off. You know, there's a time when we first started this thing, you know, I was on a schedule. I would go to bed at 8 o'clock every night and get up at like 3 or 4 in the morning to start my work, you know, with my company overseas.
Yeah.
But now it's like, you know, there's times where I don't get it in bed till 11:30. Body's not done. Last night I was in the gym till 10. Body wasn't done, ready to relax until 2 or 3 o'clock. I might have fell asleep. You know, so the day we were supposed to do this earlier.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I fell asleep for another 4 hours.
Right.
So, you know, I'm sleeping at least 10, 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm just listening to my body. If it wants to go to sleep, then I'll go to sleep. If it's not hungry, I'm not going to force myself to eat every 2 hours, you know.
Yeah.
People don't realize it. When you go through 16 sets of legs, like I was on leg press the other night, so 8 plates for 12. No, 8 plates for 20, 9 for 20, 10 for 20, 11 for 20, 12. And, you know, and then you work your way back nonstop. Boom, 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 boom. You know, your nervous system is just shot.
Right.
And after a workout, you know, 2 things are going to happen. Either you're going to throw up or your nervous system is going to be so shot where your body just don't feel like eating, and you got to wait for it to get back to normal. So just all those things, man.
Yeah. Let me ask you, because it seems like when you train at night, it sort of does disrupt your sleep and everything. Could you train any earlier, or this is when you got to train?
No, I can really tell that I'm where exactly I needed to be, because when I owned my gym, we were open 24 hours. Thank God, you know, XL Fitness is open 24 hours. And when I owned my World Gym Fitness Center, we were open 24 hours. And there was moments like this where I felt rested at 8 o'clock at night, you know.
Yeah.
So I would get up and go to the gym and train. Sometimes it was 2, 3, or 4 o'clock in the morning. So, you know, and then those days you take off, for me, I'm really hitting it hard. You know, I'm hitting legs twice a week.
Yeah.
People don't understand. I'm hitting body parts twice a week.
3 times a week,
you know,
legs, right?
Yeah, some not no more, but
Okay.
you know, I started out on my chest, so you know, I'm pounding it. You know, and you know, for me, it's you know, I'm not going to say age has anything to do with it, but I'm moving slower, a lot slower than I used to move in the gym. I don't know if it's because of my weight is so much higher right now.
Yeah.
I'm carrying a lot of weight. I mean, I'm over 260. And my body's just not used to walking around with that much mass on it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I also know that, you know, of course, I'm a lot older. Hey, age does have something to do with recovery.
Yeah.
I'm not the Kevin Levrone I was, 15, 20 years ago. Not going to be that guy on stage, not going in this show to try to seek and destroy. I don't have anything to prove to nobody. I've already won 2 Arnold Classics and every other thing in the world except the Mr. Olympia. Got a 4-time runner-up. So for me, victory, again, for me, is just walking on this stage, putting on the best show that I possibly can, at my age, looking better than I did in 2016, and giving it to the fans and walking over there in Australia and bringing the house down. And right now, my assessment is, we're 4.5 weeks out from the show. I'm over 260 pounds. Last time I was this weight, this much, was when I was going into the Arnold Classic in 97.
Wow.
Between me and Flex Wheeler.
Yeah.
When I walked on stage and I was 250s, low 250s,
When the year you beat Flex was 96.
Yeah, yeah. So, and I have a strategy. Of course, I can't go on stage ripped and shredded to the bone. That's not my strategy. That physique isn't going to win nowadays next to these guys. These guys carry a lot more mass.
Yeah.
Of course, back then we had the rips and the shreds and the conditioning. But conditioning, these guys, I've seen guys condition, but the mass that these guys are carrying on a normal, these guys are walking out on stage 240 pounds, normal.
Yeah, that's very average. Very.
That's very average. Even in the 50s is average.
Yeah, nothing special.
You go online and you see guys squatting 600-700 pounds. I mean, not 700, but squatting 500, for reps as a bodybuilder.
Right.
Back in the day, it was very few people were doing that. You see guys doing it with no leg wraps. So things have certainly changed. It's a different approach out there. And that's just it. So I'm going to try to find out, see what I can do and improve myself in the new day and time to see how I stand up against these guys with the physique that I'm trying to bring. So
cool. You actually just answered the first question I was going to answer you. I was going to ask you, basically. Zahir Lair from the UK, he had asked, it seems your approach to this contest, nutrition and dialing in-wise, is different from your previous shows, based on some of the things you've said or posted. Do you believe your conditioning will be as good as it usually is? You just said that 90s crisp conditioning where people were a little flatter wouldn't really cut it now. It's a different game now.
It's not.
Got to be bigger and fuller.
Dorian Yates said in one of his interviews that he was doing, he was the first guy to compete at over 250, which he was. Yeah. Now look at it. I mean, we got the average guys up there.
250, that's the 5'7" guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So Zahir's next question for you, Kevin, was, thanks for answering my calves question last week. Appreciate your honesty. I'm very surprised you haven't trained him, and it's 6 weeks out. Well, it's closer now. Considering you admitted you don't have genetically the best calves, and you're playing catch-up with so many years off, surely training them early out to give balance to an impressive large upper body and arms would have been logical. So, and then he says, by the way, this is not me being critical. I'm just trying to understand your methodology as you're an advocate of balanced physiques head to toe. Cheers.
So, I just haven't had time, man. I mean, like I said, it's, grueling workouts. I have a window that I'm working with before I have to put food back in me.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm doing the best I can do with the time that I have.
Yeah.
And for me right now, it's bringing up body parts that, look, man, I took off for 15 years. 15 years,
Yeah.
So for me, I got to get the back up. I got to get the legs up. I got to get the hamstrings up. So these things are more important than me sitting around, going in the gym, training calves for 45 minutes or half an hour. I can take that time, put it where it's gonna most benefit me on stage at this point.
Yeah.
So that's why I've waited to train calves.
Right.
Squatting heavy weight and doing all this stuff and pulling that stuff my calves are getting some work, but I haven't started the isolation stuff on my calves yet.
Yeah.
I just haven't.
Yeah, it's a lot of people bring up calves, and it's something that I've never seen a show ever in all these years come down to one guy just happen to have better calves than the other guy.
No, never. Mike Matarazzo had some of the best calves in the world.
Never won a pro show.
Yeah.
Dexter, we love Dexter. Great, amazing physique. Calves, they're not that
Yeah.
good. He won 5 Arnold Classics and an Olympia. Dennis Wolf, another awesome physique. Calves,
Right.
horrible. But he won the Arnold Classic and a few other pro shows.
I mean, Ramy.
Yeah, yeah.
We got second in Olympia.
Quads are like 35 inches, 36 inches. Calves are probably,
Jesus.
they got to be, right? I'm guessing.
Oh, they gotta be, man.
They're ridiculous. So,
I think, bodybuilders out there, we try to do what we can do. With what's gone to, sorry about that, Ron. Somebody called.
No problem. Okay, so let's move on. Enough about the damn calves. Last question from Zahir is, you mentioned you're not doing cardio. Did you do cardio in the 90s during contest prep?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course I did cardio. In the 90s, I would wake up in the morning on an empty stomach when my blood sugar levels at its lowest point, do cardio for 45 minutes. And then at night, after my last meal, I would cut my food off at 7 o'clock and do cardio again for 45 minutes. But again, you saw the physique that it brought.
Yeah.
I was anywhere between 227 pounds to 235, depending on how much cardio I would do, to 240.
Yeah.
That was all depending on cardio. But, when I got second in the Mr. Olympia in 1992, I was only 220, maybe 230 tops.
Yep.
That physique wouldn't do anything on stage right now.
Yeah. I mean, even Dorian was only 242 at that Olympia.
Yeah. So, the cardio, I have a super fast metabolism anyway. But back then, you had Andre Munson. It was a whole rip thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who can bring the rips with the shreds, with that tight, tiny waist moving in and, everything. It's just a different world right now.
Okay. All right, next one is a gentleman named Darko Darkvis Demeski. Somewhere in Eastern Europe, I'm sure. Here we go. 2 questions for Kevin. Number 1, when I'm not training 100% or I'm taking off from the gym, I'm starting to lose strength and my conditioning starting to lack. I started to feel flat and also I'm losing appetite for 5 to 6 meals. How can I keep my strength and conditioning while I'm off from the gym? Can't really, right?
Well, it's a fairly good question. I mean, keep your strength when you're off from the gym. It's kind of impossible. You have to go to the gym to train to keep your strength up.
Yeah.
Conditioning is almost the same thing. You have to burn those calories, unless you're gonna get small if you just do cardio, you don't work out.
Right.
So the two has to tie together. You're gonna have to find some time, man.
That's it, Darko. Second question from Darko. My flat barbell and decline barbell bench are the same, but my incline barbell is not good. I can't lift the same weight as flat and decline. How can I correct that?
I would suggest, Darko, and there's one thing that I wanted to switch around in my training when I wanted to get my decline up was I would start off with incline. I would start off with incline first.
Yeah.
Like there's times when I go in the gym right now, because I looked in the mirror several times. I was like, I got to get my upper chest up, because I was so focused on my legs and everything. I wasn't training my chest and shoulders. So I just go in the gym now, which I might tonight, and just start with inclines.
Yeah.
I'll do inclines, heavy inclines. Then from there, I'll roll it off into shoulders on the Smith machine. Then from there, I'll probably do some cable flies,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, in terms of strength, I don't think there's too many people out there that I've ever known that were just as strong on incline. Just the angle of it, it's just not, you don't have the same leverage at that 45-degree angle that you do flat or decline.
Yeah. And it all has to do with your shoulder development and a lot to do with shoulders and stuff like that. And also your tricep development.
Yeah. 'Cause I mean,
a lot of guys have weak inclines because of the shoulders are probably lagging somewhere, because your shoulders do come in more to play when you're doing inclines. So, you want to really make sure that when you do train your shoulders, you train all 3 heads of your shoulders to balance it out. And if you do this and you start off with inclines first and stuff to get your, maximize your incline energy on incline and not on bench, maximize it where you need it. And then maybe you'll see your strength and your size start to go up over a period of time.
Because I know you've put up 500 on the flat bench many, many times, even 600 at one point, but you never put up 600 on incline barbell, did you?
Never, no. Yeah. 500 though, but never 6.
That's ridiculous.
It's always like 100 pounds down.
Yeah.
Similar to like squats, if you can bench press 500, they say you should be able to squat 6.
Yeah.
If you can flat bench 5, you should be able to push. If you can flat bench 315, you should be able to push 225 on incline. It's
always going to be about 1/3 less.
Yeah, exactly.
Roughly. Okay, next group of questions from Danny Khalil. Question 1. How can your strength and weight improve going to shows since you lower the carbs? You don't lower the carbs, do you?
No.
There you go.
Yeah, the strength and weight improves because I don't train those muscles all year round, to be honest with you. Like right now, my weight's over 260. If I was to keep going and going and going, which I don't want to, I could get bigger and bigger and bigger. But there's a limit for me, and I don't want to. At that point, your health starts getting in effect, and your heart can only take and build so much muscle in a short period of time and carry so much. I have my son helping me put my shoes and socks on right now. So
that's awesome. Just, poor Gabriel.
Yeah, I mean, he's been working him hard, man.
Get over here, kid.
So.
Oh, jeez.
And it's tough. Stop sleeping and stuff. So.
Okay. Second question from Danny. What's your mindset like going into this, Arnold, compared to when you went against Dorian Yates back in the day?
My mindset right now is just focused on the fans, focused on doing better than I did in 2016. I don't have, I'm not zoned in on one single particular person. When I was competing against Dorian,
right,
I was on a mission to win the Mr. Olympia because that was something that I had never done.
Right.
Right now I want to do something that I had never done. And that's me coming back at this age after 14, 15 years off, looking 80% of what I was, and just to do it, to give the fans out there hope, give people at my age, to let them know that, age, it is a number. But also, you still can look good. You still can get in the gym and train. You can still move around that same weight. I'm still moving around the same weight that I was when I was young. Of course, my body is different, but still mentally, I feel like I'm more advanced mentally, a lot more wise. I feel good about myself and have a lot more confidence.
Yeah. Someone posted up a video from when you won. It was an interview backstage right after you won the Nationals in '91. And man, you look like a kid. You sounded like a kid.
Yeah, right?
Like a kid. Yeah, you had a high-pitched voice. You had big curly hair, like almost an Elvis kind of hairdo.
Yeah.
Good times. Yeah, we all got
good times, man.
Okay, now you remember your good buddy Sid from Bangalore, India.
Yes.
A lot of love for you over in India. Question number 1. What are the final few changes that Kevin will be making training-wise for the last couple weeks before the show?
No changes in my training. Yeah. Just what I'm doing right now. And what I'm doing now is just heavy. I can't do the rep stuff because I'll lose muscle mass. I'll burn more and more calories, I think. For me, so it's just 16 sets, low reps. And that's it, heavy.
Okay.
Powerlifting movements, deadlifts, rack pulls, deadlifts from the ground, heavy bench, heavy incline. Everything is just heavy. Heavy dumbbell rows, heavy seated rows, T-bar rows, just a lot of heavy stuff.
Next question. When will you be flying to Australia before the show? He didn't ask for the flight number of the gate, luckily.
Oh, actually, I'm the type of person, Ron. I mean, I like to fly in and out. I don't need to fly over there a week before or 2 weeks before or anything like that. I just talked to Tony yesterday, and I said, Tony, what's the last flight for me to get there? Mm-hmm. So I'll be getting there Thursday. And I think things start going down. Friday is the meet and greet, then we got the show on Saturday.
Yeah.
So I'll be arriving sometime Thursday, getting tanned up on Friday, walking on stage, I guess, Saturday.
Yeah, they're like almost a full day ahead of us anyway.
Yeah.
They're 16 hours ahead over there.
right. So for me, it's in and out,
Okay, next one is, did you meet or talk to any of the competitors who are competing with you at the Arnold Classic? Are you friends with any of them?
Have I met? Of course, I know the guys. I've met them many, many, many times.
Yeah.
I don't really know the list of who exactly is competing.
Right.
I would say if you guys want to know the list, go to Arnold Classic Australia, Arnold Classic AU, I believe it is,
Yeah.
on Instagram, and you guys can look it up and follow it there. I
ArnoldSportsFestival.com is the one website too online.
Yeah,
You can go to all the Arnold events.
yeah,
But I didn't see a list. I didn't see a list last time I looked up for
yeah.
Australia.
But I know one thing: it's going to be one great show. Going to be a lot of the guys from Columbus, Ohio, is going to be there.
Yeah.
So it's going to be good, man. It's going to be good.
Okay. Was this the last one from Sid? Yes. Okay, Sid's final question. When is your Born to Overcome video coming out?
Oh, Born Overcome, that'll be released right after Australia show.
Okay, cool.
hmm
And we'll,
We're in the gym. We're filming it, doing clips and stuff every week. Several days a week.
yeah.
It's not an instructional video where, hey guys, this is Kevin Levrone. Today we're going to do chest. This is what I do for. It's not going to be like that.
Yeah,
It's
good.
just going to be super hardcore, like you guys are right there training with me, chalk in your face and music going and stuff like that.
Right on. Okay. This is from New Zealand. Rubin Brannon. A couple questions for Kevin, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm sorry. He only wanted his first name. Rubin. Sorry, Rubin. Hi, Kevin. I have my flights for myself and my son booked and tickets to the Arnold paid already. Thank you for the opportunity to see you compete and meet you at the event. Question number one. I hear different reasons from pros about what first inspired them to train, and he lists a few different pros and what. I know you start out in powerlifting, but was there any powerful physiques and superheroes that you aspired to before your powerlifting days? No. What got you into training, Kevin? It was your cousin, right?
Yeah, it was my cousin Stoney. He was in the military, came home from the Marine Corps, and I looked at him, and it was just unbelievable the amount of size that he had put on within 4 months after going into basic training and coming home. And I saw his body. I was like, he looked like a total different person. And that inspired me. And then my parents passing away from cancer got me into the nutritional health part of the body and how the anatomy works. So that's it.
Did Stoney ever compete? Did he ever take it that far?
Never competed. He was 6'4", huge,
Wow. Damn.
big guy. Yeah.
Wow.
Never competed. He's in construction business.
Yeah, some of the guys with the best potential I've ever known, they wouldn't. I talked about competing, they just laughed at me like, how ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm not getting
Yeah.
up there in my little underwear and
Mhm.
Okay, my other question is about Porter Cottrell. I used to see you and him train, jog, and have friendly competitive banter in some sort of Carbo Fire or Carbo Fuel product advertisements, which I think was Weider endorsed. How did that come about? Were you guys already
How
friends? Yeah.
how it came about was the fact that we were Weider athletes.
Yeah.
We had both won the nationals in our class, and we turned pro at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think it was just a rivalry between him and I at the nationals. He was a lightweight, lightweight, light heavyweight,
Yeah.
and I was a heavyweight. So since then, we went on to compete at the Night of Champions and continued to build our career together, doing photo shoots with Chris Lunn and Weider and stuff like that. I don't know much about the products that you're talking about, but we both were just Weider athletes.
Right.
And that opportunity to have the photo shoots and stuff risen through our accomplishments to turn to pro at the same time.
I believe he only beat you that one time in your rookie year. Am I right?
Chicago.
And then
Yeah, because
after
I had never experienced dealing with water and flying like that, and I was in shape. But when I left from Baltimore to go to California, it just didn't look the same when I walked off and got on stage. I didn't know what happened.
Right.
When I came back home, after being home a week, we had the New York City Night Champions. At that point, I knew that, wow, I didn't know that your body can change by flying and water retention. So that was when I first learned how to control the water and stuff like that when I got back home after Chicago.
he had a pretty damn good rookie year, and as it turned out anyway. Took second to Dorian Yates at your first Olympics.
Yeah.
Not too shabby. You beat Lee Labrada, Lou Ferrigno, a ton of really great guys.
Yeah.
Just that one year. All right,
You
well,
know.
that's all the questions I had for you, Kevin. Going easy
Oh,
on
thanks,
me.
Ron.
All right,
Thank you, man.
appreciate it very
And
much.
for the guys out there, man, I just want to say thanks a lot for my fans. You guys really, man, when I'm in the gym, I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about it's a lot of responsibility. I feel like I'm carrying a lot more responsibility, and the world is looking at me now because this is something that, there's no guys out there my age doing this.
Right.
That came out of retirement. The expectations are high on me. I feel like, but it's not just about me. I'm doing it for the people and the fans, and you guys inspire me. So even when I don't feel like struggling 600 pounds, or I don't feel like benching, or I don't do this, I'm doing it because this is like something that I have to do, not only for myself, but I'm doing it for you guys too. Because if I don't do it now, it's too easy to quit. But I have to follow through because, like I told you guys, we're going to finish this thing. We're going to finish it strong. And I promise you that I'll be on that stage. And the only thing I can promise is that I'm giving it 100% through my workouts each and every day. The rest is in God's hands. And I'm going to do my best to put on the best show that I possibly can. And that's what I want to do. I'm excited about it, fired up about it. Got a lot rolling on my shoulders, man.
Yes, sir. You do. I'm counting on you.
Yeah, and
You better look damn
this
good.
is it. The other night I was thinking about the posing music. By the way, did any guys say anything about the posing music?
I haven't
Because
put
I
up the
need you guys to
thread.
help me about that.
Let me put up the thread. So, what should the choices be? Creed or other?
I'm thinking about The Sound of Silence.
Okay.
You know that song by
Yeah,
Disturbed?
of course. So let's give them some options
Hello,
as a
darkness,
whole.
my old friend.
Yeah.
I come to speak with you again.
So why don't we come up with like three options
Fourth
and
song, yeah.
vote? So Sounds of Silence, that can be one.
Who's got my back now?
Oh, what
And
about
all we have left is deceptive, so disconnected.
okay, that's Who's
That's
Got My
Creed.
Back. Yeah, oh, trust me, I know
Yep.
Creed. My
And then,
Sacrifice.
hello, my friend, we'll meet again.
My
It's been
Sacrifice.
a while, where should we begin? Yeah, my sacrifice.
And One Last Breath. Yes, another Creed song.
Is it One Last Breath?
Yeah, you like that one too, don't you? Hold me
How does it go?
now. Yeah. So, do you want to give them the choices? Those four songs, we can do it.
Those four songs, and then what they something that they might think. So, would
Other.
you guys like to do something that you're familiar with? Because like when you go to a Metallica concert,
Yeah.
you wait for them to do Enter the Sandman, right?
Of course.
It's like that's it. So, do you guys want something that you're familiar with? So that would have to be one of my Creed songs, or do you think I can pull off something that I hadn't done before, which I haven't done that Disturbed song yet.
Katy Perry. No, so we'll do it. So the options are going to be Sounds of Silence, Who's Got My Back, My Sacrifice, One Last Breath, or Surprise Me.
Yeah.
How's that sound? Let's do it.
What
I'll
so
make that
it is
poll.
Australia, and we know that they like bikes and they like hardcore stuff over there. So these guys can get pretty wild. So we got to bring the house down, whatever it is.
I thought you were going to say Thunderstruck by AC/DC, but no, that was Sonny Schmidt's song.
Yeah.
Let's not
Yeah.
bring that one back. That was his. All right, cool.
No.
All right, that has been
So
how
look,
I see it with Kevin Levrone. We gotta get you on your nap, dude. No, you gotta get to the gym soon.
I got to get to the gym. It's 4:00. I got to be there about 5. You know how we're rolling, Ron? You gonna carry it?
Yep. 1, 2, 3.
Shh.
Boom.
Boom.
Catch you next time, people.